In this video, we're going to go over how to get music for your YouTube videos that you never have to pay for now and you'll never have to pay for in the future. You can create your own songs, you don't have to pay for it. I think I know what I'm talking about. The hardest part for me for making YouTube videos on a consistent basis is finding music that isn't repetitive and trying to put new music in the videos, and I don't do that a lot. I actually use a lot of the same songs over and over again because the music is really irrelevant. It's still something I want to do, and for Music Mondays I'm going to show people how to do some production and so on, and basically I'm just going to be creating songs for my video. I don't do music production for rappers or anything like that anymore, or artists or anything like that anymore. So in this video I'm actually going to go over a way that you guys can create your own music. You don't have to have an ounce of musical talent like myself, and you can create songs that are perfect for background music or for B-roll footage, anything like that. I know that there's services out there you can pay for. You pay a monthly fee and you can have unlimited downloads. The issue with those, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of those companies, what happens is when you pay for that service, they let you download the music and put it into your videos. But just say one day you're like, you know what, I don't want to pay for this anymore. I like this other company better, or whatever. What happens is when you stop paying that monthly fee, they can actually make a copyright claim on those videos that you've uploaded with their music on them. Another option I see people doing is they will contact people on SoundCloud and say, hey, can I use your music in my video? Sometimes you have to pay them, sometimes they just say, sure, you go ahead. There's a couple different problems with that. One, they could always come back and do a copyright claim, so your video gets millions of plays. They're like, well, I want my money now. Two, if they use any kind of outside publishing companies like ASCAP, BMI, CD Baby is another one. If anybody uses those publishing companies, even though that artist gave you permission to use their song, those publishing companies provide a service to make sure that you get paid for your music. So they're constantly searching the internet with their bots, and when they find it, they will make that claim for the artist. And then it's just a hassle. And like I said, if that person gives you permission, more than likely you're going to get your copyright claim taken care of, but it's just a headache that you have to spend time working on instead of creating new content to get new videos out there. I'm going to show you today how to create songs on your own, not have to worry about any copyright claims or paying anybody licensing fees. You can do this all on your computer, at home, in your spare time, sitting on the couch, watching Stranger Things, whatever you want to watch, and you can create songs while you're watching it. I try to do this weekly, and then I have music ready to go for my upcoming videos. Now I actually use a bigger recording program. I use a program called Logic, but we're talking about getting free music for the rest of your life without ever having to pay any licensing. So I'm a Mac user. I'm going to use GarageBand, and GarageBand is a very simple tool. There's not a whole lot of detail, so if you really wanted to get technical with your mixes and all this stuff, then you're going to need to upgrade to a program like Logic or Pro Tools or anything like that. For anybody that isn't a musician, and anybody that makes YouTube videos and you're having trouble finding music, it's a great option, especially if you already have a Mac. For PC users, I know there's other options. I think Fruity Loops is free. I believe Pro Tools has a free version. There's a program called Sony Acid, and they have tons and tons. I actually wish they had it for the Mac because they have so many audio loop discs and that I've used over the years. It's royalty-free loops. Just so everybody knows, this is not for anybody that's already a music producer or a musician or anything. I guess for a musician that's great, but this is not for you. I'm not trying to give you secret techniques of how to produce or make awesome songs or anything like that. I'm just showing a very basic tutorial of how to create music for your own videos and not have to pay for them. There's a couple key points in the beginning of the video that I'm going to touch on that you might want to pay attention to. Go watch that for 30 seconds, and then you can move on and do your really cool beats. Right now, I'm going to open GarageBand, and we are going to make a song. So now we got GarageBand open. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to open an empty project. From there, you're going to hit audio, and you want to make sure it's at no input, because otherwise what will happen is it will record the microphone that's in your computer. Open to audio, no input, and then create. If you don't know anything about GarageBand, you want to learn the layout of GarageBand, just go over here and hit this question mark right here. It will tell you everything you need to know, and then from there, when you click on something, it's going to say, okay, what does this do? I'm going to turn this off so these little tutorials aren't popping up all over the place. What I like to do is I like to change the beats per minute. Just double click it, and I like to change the beats per minute to make it a multiple of the frame rate that I'm recording at. So if I'm recording at 24 frames per second, which is what I usually record at, so it'll be 24, 48, 72, 96. Or you can go faster. You know, if you got a real fast techno type song, you'd be at 120. While it is at 120, the song that I'm going for is not going to be at 120. So I'm going to knock this down to 96, hit enter, and then you're going to want it in 4/4. Now here, this is up to you. So this is a little music theory thing. If it's a major key, it's usually going to be happy, okay? If it's in a minor key and you're trying to make you know, a sadder sounding song or an emotional song, use a minor key. And what this does is it'll change the sound of the loops that you're going to be putting into the song. I'm just going to leave it at C major because that's really not important today. I'm just going to show you how to make a song real quick, and I'm not here to teach you music theory. But you want it at 4/4. Basically what 4/4 is 4 beats per bar. So every single one of these lines right here is 1 bar. The first bar ends here. So at 2 begins, 3, so 1, 2, and then each line right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 lines in each bar. I know, it sounds dumb, but when you hear the music, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And that's important because in a second I'll show you. So we're going to go up to the top right corner, and we're going to hit the button that looks like a loop, okay? Earlier I was talking about the time signature being 4/4, and if you look over here where it shows beats, so it's going to be 8 beats, and if the signature is 4/4, 8 beats is going to be 2 bars long. And you're going to go to instrument. Now you can start with any instrument you want. You know, if you want to feel out the instruments before you feel out the drums or anything like that. I like to feel out the drums first, but that's my personal preference. So if you're trying to make an emotional song, you might want to start out with some kind of melodic instrument like a piano or a guitar or anything like that. But for me, I like to just start out my drums. So I'm just going to go all drums, and then we're just going to click. If you notice here, there's blue and then there's the green. And what the green is the green is actually a MIDI track. So with the blue, literally it's a recording of live drums or a drum machine or a live instrument or whatnot. And what happens is when you have an audio recording, if you try to slow it down and you get it slower than the music actually was being played, it's going to sound really bad. So for a MIDI track, those are all samples. So you can slow it down and speed it up as much as you want, and those samples are just going to play to the beat. I like to go with mostly the MIDI tracks because they're easy to deal with and you don't have to worry about them sounding bad if you want to get them slower. All we got to do for a loop, we just drag it, and then there you go. And as you see, it's 2 bars long, so 1, 2. Then from there, you can either just pull it out with the loop option, or say you only like the first half of this beat. You can literally go back, make it a 1 bar beat, and then just loop that over and over again. Now if you want changes, you can go drag it into place. Like I said, I'm not trying to make a masterpiece. I'm literally just trying to show you what you can do. Your creativity and this type of music you're going to like is going to be different than what I like anyway, and what a lot of the other users that use this program and watch your videos, what they like too. Alright, so now the other thing here is we'll go up here to the middle here where it says C major, and then we're going to click beats and time. So say you have a 30-second B-roll that you know you're going to do, or you always do B-rolls at 30 seconds or whatnot. Go in here and you can change the time. So you can literally drag this over. I'm like, okay, I want this to be 30 seconds right there. So at 30 seconds is 12 bars. So then now we're just going to take this, and then you just hold the option key, drag it over, and now you got 2 of them. So it's just going to loop. Weirdest song ever. The second track, I always like to do the bass, so we're going to add a track. We're going to make it, once again, we're going to make it audio, no input. Go over here to loops, and then we are going to grab a bass. So right here up at the top, you can go loop, okay? So if you click this, you can loop it, then you can drag it down so it covers the entire track. And then from there, you hit play, and then as you hit play, it's going to play the drums, and then from there, you can go down here and you can play the bass tracks, and they will play on top of the drums. So you're going to know if it meshes together. So I'm going to take 2 of those. I'm going to take this one here. Option it over. Oops. And then there's another one I liked up here. That's the one. And then we're going to drag this one over and we're going to pull that into place. Now as you see, it doesn't line up because I've added the second short one here, but it's fine in the aspect that it's in 4/4, so it's just going to end different. Okay, so let's play this real quick. I actually just hate this beginning, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And then we're going to pull this over. Get rid of all this, make it easier. Select all, option. There. That's way better than it was before. Alright, we're just going to leave it. Like I said, I'm going to breeze through this. I mean, I don't like what I'm doing right now, but what I like and what you like is going to be different anyways. So the other thing here too is if you just saw, you don't even need to make a new track. You can literally just drag an audio file into place. So I can drag it underneath the next file. And the microphones are already turned off because it basically is just duplicating the last track. And I'm just going to keep it simple. So I'm just going to do that right there. So I just duplicated the acoustic guitar. I had a little change in there and that's pretty much all I did. It really doesn't go well together. It sounds horrible, but you get it. All right, so we'll add some synths. That was not the one I thought it was. So I just duplicated this, I dragged it down, and then there's a little change. So then from there, let's just say the song is done. You just want to do a little quick mix. So let's turn on that synth. So I like to change, a lot of times if you have something that's taking up space, so like a synthesizer takes up space and then the guitar takes up space, and that sounds weird when I say it takes up space, but it takes up space in your head. It really does, because your head works in stereo. So if you want to separate those sounds and make it so people notice the synth and they notice the guitar, you want to pan it left or right, you know. And there's lots of other different things to do. like I said, this is a very, very basic tutorial. Here's the volumes here, so you just adjust them. And I'll probably make a different video about doing compression and EQ and stuff like that to make things stand out. If you want to watch that, let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know if this, people even want anything like this. But if you do want more information about how to, make your tracks stand out, this is all free. If you own a Mac, you own this program. It comes with this program. So we're going to do this real quick. I want to make a guitar track, okay? No input. And then what we're going to do is, we have the amp here. We can literally, even though this is an acoustic track, we can literally go down here and add an amp to the acoustic guitar. We're going to mute this one. So over here, this is the mute function. This is the solo. So this is the mute button. This is the solo button. But we're going to just play this real quick. While you're stuck with these loops that Apple's given you for free, you don't have to use them exactly the way they are. Another thing is you can trim them. So if you go to the bottom, shoot, I had it all selected. But if you just select one, so say like you like this first part here, you don't like the second part, you can easily go and trim it. And you can trim from left to right, and you can make guitar solos literally out of other people playing guitar. From there, say you can't make as many songs as you want to. You can only make one song or whatnot. But you don't want to have the same thing throughout your video, just this whole thing playing over and over again. You don't want to have that playing throughout your entire video. The song is done, you're ready to go. This is what I like to do to make it so I can use different versions of this exact same song throughout my entire video. I'll go up here, I'll hit share, and you're going to hit export to song. There we go. I like to do waves because that's what cameras record in. That way when you put it into your video editor, it's going to be a lot easier to process. I actually find it harder on my computer when I use different formats of audio when I actually use different formats of video. Go here, my camera's recording 24-bit, so I'm going to change the audio to 24-bit. And then from there you just name the song, hit export, and it's going to export. I guess I'll just do a quick export so I can show you how fast this exports. So example. I'll just put it on the desktop so I can easily find it and erase it. That's it. Song is done. It is exported. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through here, and what I like to do is I like to solo. And I just select, okay, maybe I just want drums in this one part of the video. So then I hit export again, and I literally write whatever you name the song, drums. And then I'm like, I'm going to have drums and bass in this one. Solo those two, go up here, share, export to disk, name it bass and drums. And you can do this for all of them. I mean, you can solo the guitar, and then you can solo the guitar with the amp. And then you can add drums. Or if you wanted to take out, say the intro. It's very simple to have 6 or 7 different audio tracks from the exact same song for your video. And that's what I've started doing. It's that way I don't have to write 2 or 3 songs for 2 or 3 different B-roll times that I have in my video. For anybody that isn't a musician, and anybody that makes YouTube videos and you're having trouble finding music, it's a great option, especially if you already have a Mac. If you want more information on how to create music for your videos, I will help you with that, because this is fun for me. That being said, thanks for watching. Comment down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I gotta go.